Question 1. A homeowner's insurance policy covers the dwelling, personal property, and liability. If a fire caused by a faulty appliance damages both the home's structure and personal property inside, the adjuster determines that the dwelling's replacement cost is $250,000 and the personal property loss is $50,000. The homeowner's deductible is $1,000 and the policy's dwelling limit is $200,000. What amount would the homeowner receive from the insurance company after applying the deductible? A. $249,000. B. $249,500. C. $200,000. D. $199,000. Answer: B. $249,500. Explanation: in this case, the dwelling's replacement cost exceeds the policy's dwelling limit. Since the dwelling limit is $200,000, the adjuster can only pay up to this limit for the dwelling. For personal property, the homeowner is entitled to $50,000 in coverage. The total amount payable is the sum of the dwelling limit, $200,000, and personal property coverage, $50,000, less the deductible $1,000. Thus, the total payout would be $200,000 dwelling plus $50,000 personal property equals $250,000. Deduct $1,000 from the total payout, $250,000. $1,000 equals $249,000, so the correct total payout is $249,500 after applying the deductible. Question 2. Mr. Tyler is a claims adjuster for an auto insurance company in Idaho. He is reviewing a claim for a collision where the insured vehicle was struck from behind by another car at a red light. The insured vehicle is a 2015 sedan with a market value of $12,000 and the collision caused $5,000 in damages. The insured's policy has a $500 deductible and no specific exclusions for rear-end accidents. Which of the following is the most appropriate first step for Mr. Tyler to take in this situation? A. Pay the full claim amount of $5,000 to the insured minus the deductible. B. Determine if the other driver has sufficient insurance coverage before proceeding with payment. C. Investigate whether any contributory negligence on the insured's part led to the accident. D. Determine if the damage exceeds the total policy limit before considering the claim. Answer: C. Investigate whether any contributory negligence on the insured's part led to the accident. Explanation: in auto insurance claims, even when the other driver is at fault, the adjuster must still ensure the insured was not partially at fault due to contributory negligence, e.g., failing to stop in a safe distance, not using seat belts. Since this is a rear-end collision, Idaho's comparative negligence laws may allow the insured to recover damages, but the adjuster must confirm if any negligence on the insured's part affected the claim. Investigating contributory negligence is part of the claims evaluation process. Option A is incorrect because the adjuster must investigate first, including possible negligence. Option B is not the first step. Mr. Tyler should verify fault before verifying the other driver's insurance. Option D is not relevant here since the damage is well within the policy limits. Question 3, scenario-based. Mrs. Roberts files a claim with her homeowner's insurance after a severe windstorm caused significant roof damage to her house in Boise. The storm's winds exceeded 70 miles per hour and several shingles were torn off, leaving the roof vulnerable to leaks. The insurance policy includes a wind damage coverage clause. Mrs. Roberts' policy has a $1,500 deductible. Upon inspection, the adjuster, Mr. Price, notes that the storm damage is extensive, but some shingles had already been showing wear prior to the storm. The adjuster believes that the previous wear and tear may have contributed to the severity of the roof's damage. What should Mr. Price do next in this situation? A. Approve the claim for full payment minus the deductible as wind damage is covered. B. Deny the claim due to pre-existing conditions from wear and tear. C. Calculate the amount of damage caused by the storm versus the pre-existing wear and tear and pay only for the storm-related damage. D. Suggest Mrs. Roberts file a claim with the contractor who installed the roof to address the wear and tear. Answer: C. Calculate the amount of damage caused by the storm versus the pre-existing wear and tear and pay only for the storm-related damage. Explanation: when adjusting claims that involve both covered damage and pre-existing conditions such as wear and tear, the adjuster must apportion the damage appropriately. Idaho insurance law mandates that claims must only cover damages caused by the insured peril, in this case the windstorm. The adjuster should first calculate how much of the roof damage is due to the storm-covered peril and how much is attributable to pre-existing wear and tear, which is generally excluded from coverage. Option is incorrect because the pre-existing wear must be accounted for before paying the claim. Option B is incorrect because it's premature to deny the claim without determining the extent of the storm's damage. Option D is not relevant as it's the insurer's responsibility to cover the storm-related damages under the policy. Question 4. A policyholder files a claim for a fire that caused extensive damage to her kitchen. The policyholder's insurance includes coverage for both property damage and personal property loss. The insurance policy has a $2,000 deductible for property damage and a $1,000 deductible for personal property loss. The total damage to the kitchen is $10,000 and the personal property loss amounts to $3,000. How much will the insurer pay after applying the applicable deductibles? A. $12,000. B. $11,000. C. $10,000. D. $9,000. Answer. B. $11,000. Explanation. The claim involves both property damage and personal property loss, and each category has a separate deductible. First, the property damage is $10,000, but the $2,000 deductible applies. Therefore, the insurer will pay $10,000 property damage. $2,000 deductible equals $8,000 next. The personal property loss is $3,000 with a $1,000 deductible. Therefore, the insurer will pay $3,000 personal property loss. $1,000 deductible equals $2,000. The total amount paid by the insurer is $8,000 property damage plus $2,000 personal property loss equals $11,000. Question 5. Which of the following statements regarding the Idaho Department of Insurance, Idaho, is correct? A. The IDOI handles licensing and regulatory matters for all insurance agents and adjusters in Idaho. B. The IDOI has the authority to set insurance premiums for all policyholders in Idaho. C. The IDOI only regulates health insurance claims in the state of Idaho. D. The IDOI is responsible for enforcing the policy terms between insurance companies and policyholders. Answer A. The IDOI handles licensing and regulatory matters for all insurance agents and adjusters in Idaho. Explanation. The Idaho Department of Insurance, Idaho, is responsible for regulating the insurance industry in Idaho, which includes licensing insurance agents, brokers, and claims adjusters. The IDOI also enforces state-specific insurance laws, investigates complaints, and monitors the financial solvency of insurers in the state. However, the IDOI does not set insurance premiums for all policyholders or enforce specific policy terms between insurance companies and policyholders. Option B is incorrect because insurance companies are responsible for setting premiums within the regulatory framework established by the IDOI. Option C is incorrect because the IDOI regulates all types of insurance, not just health insurance. Option D is incorrect because the IDOI does not enforce contract terms between insurers and policyholders, but it does regulate practices to ensure compliance with laws. Question 6. Mr. Harrison, an adjuster, is reviewing a claim for an auto accident where the insured's vehicle was rear-ended by another car. The insured's vehicle was damaged, but the at-fault driver's insurance has already covered the full cost of repairs. Mr. Harrison notices that the insured also had medical expenses for injuries sustained in the accident. What should Mr. Harrison do next? A. Deny the medical claim, as the other driver's insurance has already paid for the damages. B. Recommend the insured file the medical expenses claim under their own health insurance. C. Review the policy's medical coverage clause to determine if the insured's medical expenses are covered under the auto insurance policy. D. Ask the insured to pursue legal action against the other driver for medical expenses. Answer. C. Review the policy's medical coverage clause to determine if the insured's medical expenses are covered under the auto insurance policy. Explanation. Even if the at-fault driver's insurance has paid for vehicle damage, the insured may still be eligible to recover medical expenses under their own auto insurance policy depending on the coverage included. Many auto policies include personal injury protection, PIP, or MedPay coverage that can cover medical costs related to the accident, regardless of fault. Therefore, Mr. Harrison must first review the policy to see if it provides medical coverage. Option is incorrect because the vehicle damage claim does not impact the medical claim if the auto policy covers medical expenses. Option B may be a valid recommendation if the auto policy does not cover medical expenses, but Mr. Harrison should first check the policy details. Option D is premature, as pursuing legal action should be a last resort and the insurance policy should be explored first. Question 7, scenario-based. Mr. Danielson, an adjuster, is reviewing a claim for damage to a commercial building caused by a heavy snowstorm. The building's roof collapsed under the weight of the snow. The property insurance policy includes snow damage coverage but has a clause that excludes damage from neglect or lack of maintenance. Upon investigation, Mr. Danielson finds that the roof had shown signs of wear and tear due to insufficient maintenance in previous years, and the building owner had not cleared the snow after the storm. What is the most appropriate course of action for Mr. Danielson? A. Deny the claim due to the policy's exclusion for lack of maintenance. B. Approve the claim for the full damage amount, as snow damage is covered under the policy. C. Approve the claim but reduce the payout by 25% to account for the lack of maintenance. D. Recommend that the building owner file a maintenance claim under a separate insurance policy. Answer A. Deny the claim due to the policy's exclusion for lack of maintenance. Explanation: the policy contains an exclusion for damage caused by neglect or lack of maintenance. Since the roof showed signs of wear and tear due to insufficient maintenance, the insurance company is not liable for the full claim. Mr. Danielson must deny the claim based on the exclusion clause in the policy. Option B is incorrect because the exclusion for neglect or lack of maintenance applies. Option C is incorrect because the lack of maintenance is a clear exclusion under the policy and the claim must be denied entirely. Option D is not relevant as the damage falls under the terms of the property insurance policy, not a separate maintenance policy. Question 8. In Idaho, which of the following is true regarding the duty of a claims adjuster when investigating a claim? A. A claims adjuster is responsible for determining fault in the accident and assigning blame. B. A claims adjuster must be impartial and avoid any conflict of interest when evaluating a claim. C. A claims adjuster is only required to investigate claims related to property damage, not bodily injury. D. A claims adjuster is permitted to offer legal advice to claimants regarding their rights. Answer B. A claims adjuster must be impartial and avoid any conflict of interest when evaluating a claim. Explanation: claims adjusters are required to maintain impartiality and fairness when evaluating claims. They must avoid any conflict of interest, which includes not letting personal biases or relationships affect their decision-making process. Impartiality ensures that the adjuster can provide a fair assessment of the claim and abide by the ethical guidelines set by Idaho's Department of Insurance. Either way, option A is incorrect because the adjuster's role is to assess the damages and coverage, not assign fault in legal terms. Option C is incorrect because adjusters are required to investigate both property damage and bodily injury claims. Option D is incorrect because claims adjusters are not allowed to provide legal advice, which should come from legal counsel. Question 9. Which of the following is true regarding the Idaho claims adjuster licensing process? A. A claims adjuster must take a state-mandated exam to obtain a license, but no continuing education is required. B. A claims adjuster must pass a national exam and complete continuing education every 2 years to maintain their license. C. A claims adjuster is automatically licensed once employed by an insurance company in Idaho. D. A claims adjuster is only required to complete continuing education if they adjust claims for health insurance policies. Answer B. A claims adjuster must pass a national exam and complete continuing education every 2 years to maintain their license. Explanation: in Idaho, claims adjusters are required to pass a national exam to become licensed. Additionally, they must complete continuing education every 2 years to maintain their license. This ensures that claims adjusters stay current with industry trends, legal changes, and best practices. Option is incorrect because continuing education is required for license renewal. Option C is incorrect because employment with an insurance company does not automatically grant a claims adjuster license. Option D is incorrect because continuing education is required for all adjusters, not just those handling health insurance claims. Question 10. Which of the following statements is true regarding Idaho's cancellation and non-renewal laws for personal lines insurance policies? A. An insurer may cancel a policy for any reason during the first 60 days of coverage. B. A policyholder may cancel their personal lines insurance policy at any time without penalty. C. An insurer must provide a 60-day notice for non-renewal of a personal lines policy. D. An insurer is not required to provide a reason for cancelling a policy after the first 30 days. Answer C. An insurer must provide a 60-day notice for non-renewal of a personal lines policy. Explanation: in Idaho, insurers must provide at least a 60-day notice of non-renewal for personal lines policies. This allows the policyholder time to find alternate coverage before the policy expires. Option A is incorrect because cancellation during the first 60 days of coverage can only happen for specific reasons such as material misrepresentation or non-payment of premium. Option B is incorrect because a policyholder can cancel at any time, but there may be penalties or fees depending on the terms of the policy. Option D is incorrect because the insurer must provide a valid reason for cancellation after the first 30 days, especially if the cancellation is for reasons other than non-payment of premium. Question 11. What is the primary purpose of the Idaho Life and Health Insurance Guarantee Association? A. To regulate the solvency of life and health insurance companies in Idaho. B. To provide financial assistance to policyholders of insolvent insurance companies. C. To license life and health insurance agents in Idaho. D. To advocate for changes in health insurance laws within the state legislature. Answer: B. To provide financial assistance to policyholders of insolvent insurance companies. Explanation: the Idaho Life and Health Insurance Guarantee Association is a safety net for policyholders in the event that their life or health insurer becomes insolvent. It helps protect policyholders by providing claims payments or other forms of assistance to ensure they are not left without coverage due to the insolvency of their insurer. Option A is incorrect because the Idaho Department of Insurance regulates the solvency of insurance companies. Option C is incorrect because licensing agents is not the role of the Idaho Life and Health Insurance Guarantee Association. Option D is incorrect because the association is not a lobbying group but rather a consumer protection entity. Question 12. Which of the following actions by a claims adjuster could be considered unethical in Idaho? A. Reviewing a claim and offering a settlement amount that is fair based on policy coverage. B. Recommending that a claimant not pursue a lawsuit after a claim is settled. C. Providing legal advice to a claimant about their options after a claim is denied. D. Requesting that a claimant provide additional documentation to support their claim. Answer: C. Providing legal advice to a claimant about their options after a claim is denied. Explanation: it is unethical for a claims adjuster to provide legal advice because adjusters are not licensed attorneys. Legal advice should come from an attorney who is qualified to represent the claimant's legal interests. Option A is ethical as long as the settlement offer is reasonable and based on the policy terms. Option B is not unethical if the settlement offer is fair and the claims adjuster is simply advising the claimant on the resolution of the claim. Option D is ethical because requesting documentation to support a claim is part of the claims process and helps ensure that all information is accurate. Question 13, scenario-based. A policyholder submits a claim for a fire that destroyed their home. The policyholder has a homeowner's policy that includes replacement cost coverage for the structure but actual cash value (SCV) for personal property. The insured's home was worth $200,000 and the personal property was worth $50,000. The policyholder's deductible is $1,500 for both the structure and the personal property. The insurer determines the replacement cost for the home is $180,000 and the ACV of the personal property is $35,000. How much will the insurer pay after applying the deductible? A. $180,000. B. $214,500. C. $213,500. D. $215,000. Answer: C. $213,500. Explanation: for the structure, the replacement cost is $180,000, but the deductible of $1,500 applies. Therefore, the insurer will pay $180,000 replacement cost, $1,500 deductible equals $178,500 for the personal property. The ACV is $35,000, but the same $1,500 deductible applies. Therefore, the insurer will pay $35,000. C. $1,500 deductible equals $33,500. The total amount the insurer will pay is $178,500 structure plus $33,500 personal property equals $213,500. Question 14. Which of the following is a reason an insurer in Idaho may cancel a personal auto insurance policy after the first 60 days? A. The insured fails to maintain a valid driver's license. B. The insured has failed to pay the premium within the first 30 days of coverage. C. The insured does not meet the minimum driving experience requirements. D. The insured's vehicle is involved in a minor accident. Answer: A. The insured fails to maintain a valid driver's license. Explanation: An insurer in Idaho can cancel a personal auto insurance policy after the first 60 days for a variety of reasons, including the insured failing to maintain a valid driver's license. If the insured no longer meets the licensing requirements, the insurer is within its rights to cancel the policy. Option B is incorrect because the insurer typically cannot cancel within the first 30 days unless non-payment of premiums occurs. Option C is incorrect because minimum driving experience requirements are not a valid reason for cancellation in this context. Option D is incorrect because involvement in a minor accident is not grounds for cancellation unless it involves fraud or misrepresentation. Question 15. Which of the following is a required provision for all health insurance policies sold in Idaho? A guaranteed issue for all applicants, regardless of health history. B. Coverage for pre-existing conditions without a waiting period. C. Coverage for mental health services at the same level as physical health services. D. A 30-day grace period for missed premium payments. Answer: C. Coverage for mental health services at the same level as physical health services. Explanation: Idaho requires that all health insurance policies sold within the state provide coverage for mental health services at the same level as physical health services, ensuring parity in the treatment of mental health conditions. Option A is incorrect because guaranteed issue is not required for all applicants. Insurers may set terms based on underwriting practices. Option B is incorrect because coverage for pre-existing conditions may have waiting periods, depending on the specific policy. Option D is incorrect because while some policies may offer a grace period, it is not a required provision for all health insurance policies. Question 16. An insurance policyholder in Idaho reports a claim for a stolen vehicle. The insurer determines that the vehicle was improperly secured and that the policyholder had left the keys in the car. What might the insurer consider when determining whether to pay the claim? A. The insurer is likely to deny the claim due to negligence. B. The insurer must pay the claim as theft is covered under the policy. C. The insurer will pay the claim but reduce the payout by 50%. D. The insurer will automatically cancel the policy after paying the claim. Answer A. The insurer is likely to deny the claim due to negligence. Explanation: Insurance policies typically contain provisions that exclude coverage for losses due to negligence. Leaving the keys in the car and failing to properly secure the vehicle could be considered negligence, which may lead the insurer to deny the claim. Option B is incorrect because negligence or failure to follow security guidelines may result in a denial. Option C is incorrect because the claim is likely to be denied rather than partially paid. Option D is incorrect because an insurer is not required to automatically cancel a policy after paying a claim even if negligence is involved. Question 17. What is the maximum time frame an insurer has to acknowledge receipt of a claim in Idaho? A. 15 business days. B. 30 calendar days. C. 45 business days. D. 60 calendar days. Answer: 15 business days. Explanation: In Idaho, insurers are required to acknowledge the receipt of a claim within 15 business days after receiving the claim. This helps ensure that claims are handled in a timely manner. Option B is incorrect because the time frame is based on business days, not calendar days. Option C is incorrect because the required time frame is shorter than 45 business days. Option D is incorrect because the time frame is 15 business days, not 60 calendar days. Question 18. What does an occurrence policy typically cover in Idaho? A. Only incidents that occur during the policy period. B. Claims filed within the policy period, regardless of when the incident occurred. C. Claims that occur after the policy expires, as long as they are reported within a specified period. D. Claims for incidents that occurred prior to the policy period. Answer: C. Claims that occur after the policy expires, as long as they are reported within a specified period. Explanation: An occurrence policy typically covers claims for incidents that happen during the policy period, even if the claim is reported after the policy expires, as long as the incident occurred during the policy period. This is a key feature of an occurrence policy, ensuring that coverage applies to events that happen within the defined period, even if the claim is made later. Option A is incorrect because an occurrence policy covers incidents that happen during the policy period, but it does not limit coverage to just incidents that are reported during the policy period. Option B is incorrect because claims must generally be related to incidents that occurred during the policy period, not just when the claim is filed. Option D is incorrect because an occurrence policy does not cover incidents that occurred prior to the policy period. Question 19. Which of the following types of insurance does Idaho law require for all motor vehicles operated within the state? A. Comprehensive coverage. B. Collision coverage. C. Liability insurance. D. Uninsured motorist coverage. Answer: C. Liability insurance. Explanation: Idaho law requires all motor vehicles to carry liability insurance. This coverage pays for damages or injuries that the policyholder causes to others in an accident. It is the minimum legal requirement for operating a vehicle in the state. Option A is incorrect because comprehensive coverage is not required by law in Idaho, though it may be required by lenders or lessors. Option B is incorrect because collision coverage is not mandated by state law, although it is a common type of coverage for those who want protection for their own vehicle in an accident. Option D is incorrect because uninsured motorist coverage is not a mandatory requirement in Idaho, though it is recommended. Question 20. In Idaho, what is the maximum fine that an insurance company can be assessed for failing to comply with a cease and desist order issued by the Idaho Department of Insurance? A. $1,000. B. $5,000. C. $10,000. D. $25,000. Answer: C. $10,000. Explanation: under Idaho law, an insurance company that fails to comply with a cease and desist order issued by the Idaho Department of Insurance may face a fine of up to $10,000. This serves as a penalty for non-compliance with regulatory orders. Option A is incorrect because the fine is higher than $1,000. Option B is incorrect because the fine can be higher than $5,000. Option D is incorrect because $25,000 is not the maximum fine under this specific regulation. Question 21. In the event of a claim under an Idaho homeowner's insurance policy, what must the policyholder generally provide to the insurer? A. Proof of prior claims made on the property. B. A list of the contents of the home. C. A police report if the claim involves theft. D. A written statement acknowledging that the claim will not exceed the policy limits. Answer: B. A list of the contents of the home. Explanation: in the event of a claim under a homeowner's policy in Idaho, the policyholder is typically required to provide a list of the damaged or stolen property. This helps the insurer assess the value of the claim, particularly for personal property. Option A is incorrect because a proof of prior claims is not typically required, although the insurer may review the claim history. Option C is correct for certain types of claims, such as theft, but it is not required for all claims. Option D is incorrect because the insurer sets the payout based on the terms of the policy, not on an acknowledgement from the insured about the claim limits. Question 22. Which of the following actions is considered a violation of Idaho's unfair claims settlement practices laws? A. Delaying a claim payment for more than 45 days without a valid reason. B. Requesting additional documentation from the claimant to process a claim. C. Providing a partial settlement offer for a claim within the policy limits. D. Disputing a claim based on reasonable policy interpretation. Answer: A. Delaying a claim payment for more than 45 days without a valid reason. Explanation: delaying a claim payment for more than 45 days without a valid reason is a violation of Idaho's unfair claims settlement practices laws. Insurers must act promptly and fairly when processing claims, and unreasonable delays can lead to penalties. Option B is incorrect because requesting additional documentation is a standard part of processing claims. Option C is incorrect because offering a partial settlement is not necessarily a violation if it falls within the policy terms. Option D is incorrect because insurers have the right to dispute claims based on a reasonable interpretation of the policy terms. Question 23. What must an insurer in Idaho do if it wishes to cancel a health insurance policy within the first 90 days of coverage? A. Provide at least 5 days notice to the policyholder. B. Provide at least 10 days notice to the policyholder. C. Provide at least 30 days notice to the policyholder. D. Provide at least 45 days notice to the policyholder. Answer: C. Provide at least 30 days notice to the policyholder. Explanation: if an insurer wishes to cancel a health insurance policy within the first 90 days of coverage, it is required to provide at least 30 days notice to the policyholder. This gives the policyholder time to secure alternative coverage. Option A is incorrect because 5 days notice is too short. Option B is incorrect because 10 days notice is not sufficient. Option D is incorrect because 45 days notice is not required under this scenario. Question 24. What is the minimum coverage required under Idaho's financial responsibility law for bodily injury liability per person in an accident? A. $10,000. B. $25,000. C. $50,000. D. $100,000. Answer: B. $25,000. Explanation: Under Idaho's financial responsibility law, the minimum coverage required for bodily injury liability is $25,000 per person in the event of an accident. This is the minimum amount a driver must carry to legally operate a vehicle in the state. Option A is incorrect because $10,000 is not sufficient to meet the legal requirements for bodily injury liability in Idaho. Option C is incorrect because $50,000 is higher than the minimum required. Option D is incorrect because $100,000 exceeds the state minimum requirement. Question 25. What does Idaho's law regarding notice of non-renewal require for personal auto insurance policies? A. The insurer must provide 10 days notice to the policyholder before non-renewal. B. The insurer must provide 30 days notice to the policyholder before non-renewal. C. The insurer must provide 45 days notice to the policyholder before non-renewal. D. The insurer must provide 60 days notice to the policyholder before non-renewal. Answer: C. The insurer must provide 45 days notice to the policyholder before non-renewal. Explanation: Idaho law mandates that an insurer must provide at least 45 days notice to a policyholder before a personal auto insurance policy is non-renewed. This gives the insured time to find alternative coverage. Option A is incorrect because 10 days is too short a notice period. Option B is incorrect because 30 days is not sufficient for non-renewal. Option D is incorrect because 60 days is longer than the statutory requirement. Question 26. Which of the following situations would trigger a claim under liability insurance policy in Idaho? A. Damage to the insured's own property. B. Injury to the insured while operating a vehicle. C. Injury or damage caused to a third party due to the insured's negligence. D. Injury caused to the insured's family members. Answer: C. Injury or damage caused to a third party due to the insured's negligence. Explanation: a liability insurance policy covers damage or injury that the policyholder causes to others due to negligence or other covered events. This would typically include bodily injury, property damage, or other harm caused to third party. Option A is incorrect because damage to the insured's own property is typically covered under comprehensive or collision coverage, not liability insurance. Option B is incorrect because injury to the insured while operating a vehicle is usually covered under personal injury protection or medical payments coverage. Option D is incorrect because injuries to family members are typically excluded from liability coverage but may be covered under other specific provisions in the policy. Question 27. Which of the following is not a factor considered by an insurer in Idaho when determining premiums for a homeowner's insurance policy? A. The age of the home. B. The claims history of the homeowner. C. The location of the home. D. The political affiliation of the homeowner. Answer: D. The political affiliation of the homeowner. Explanation: insurers in Idaho, as in other states, base premiums for homeowners insurance on factors like the age of the home, the claims history of the homeowner, and the location of the home. Political affiliation, however, is not a factor considered in determining insurance premiums. Option A is incorrect because the age of the home is a valid factor in determining premiums, as older homes may be more expensive to repair or rebuild. Option B is incorrect because the claims history of the homeowner is considered, as frequent claims can increase premiums. Option C is incorrect because the location of the home is an important factor as it influences risk levels, e.g. flooding or wildfire risk. Question 28. Under Idaho law, which of the following entities is not allowed to act as an insurance producer? A. A licensed agent who holds an active insurance license. B. A person who offers insurance products without a license. C. A business entity that has a corporate insurance license. D. A licensed broker who represents clients in securing insurance coverage. Answer: B. A person who offers insurance products without a license. Explanation: in Idaho, it is illegal for anyone to act as an insurance producer selling or offering insurance without holding an appropriate license issued by the Idaho Department of Insurance. An unlicensed individual or entity cannot lawfully offer or sell insurance products. Option is incorrect because a licensed agent is allowed to act as an insurance producer. Option C is incorrect because a business entity that holds a corporate insurance license can act as an insurance producer. Option D is incorrect because licensed brokers can lawfully represent clients in securing insurance. Question 29. Which of the following would not be considered a covered loss under a typical homeowner's insurance policy in Idaho? A. Fire damage to the home. B. Theft of personal property. C. Water damage from a burst pipe. D. General wear and tear on the roof. Answer: D. General wear and tear on the roof. Explanation: Homeowners insurance typically covers unexpected accidental damage such as fire, theft, or sudden water damage. However, general wear and tear, including deterioration of the roof due to age or lack of maintenance, is generally not covered by a standard homeowners policy. Option is incorrect because fire damage is typically covered under a standard homeowners insurance policy. Option B is incorrect because theft of personal property is also typically covered under a standard policy. Option C is incorrect because water damage from a burst pipe would usually be covered, though specific exclusions may apply depending on the circumstances. Question 30. Which of the following actions would not be considered fraud under Idaho's insurance laws? A. Falsifying a claim to receive more than the actual damage suffered. B. Providing inaccurate information on an insurance application. C. Concealing relevant information that could affect an insurer's decision. D. Reporting an accident involving a stolen vehicle but later returning the vehicle to the owner. Answer: D. Reporting an accident involving a stolen vehicle but later returning the vehicle to the owner. Explanation: while reporting a stolen vehicle and later returning it could raise questions, it would not be categorized as fraud unless there was an intent to deceive or obtain financial gain through fraudulent means. However, this could lead to an investigation by the insurer or law enforcement. Option A is incorrect because falsifying a claim is a clear example of insurance fraud. Option B is incorrect because providing inaccurate information on an application can lead to legal penalties and is considered fraudulent. Option C is incorrect because concealing relevant information on an insurance application or claim is considered fraud under Idaho law.